Wait.
All right.
All right. Pues,
Like, I think I was in
creo que
I think
ahí
Andres is still
por la
working.
calle de la amargura.
Bueno, pues mínimo que invite las chelas.
Bueno. All right, guys. Okay. So let's talk about going back. I see Edwin, like he has a lot of passion about this Carlos Vela and Chicharito
He
thing.
doesn't though. That's the thing. He doesn't. He doesn't like MLS. That's bottom line.
But that's not what I mean. What I'm saying is that, like, he understands the importance and the value that those two.
Yeah.
Edwin. So here's the question: was super that like how many less people are going to be
A
watching?
lot.
That's the big question.
A lot.
I'll take, huh?
Lot.
Exactly. I agree with you.
Like,
Edwin.
so hear me out. So let's say we all four we live in California, all four of us, and it's our only opportunity to be able to see Carlos Vela and Chicharito play together, because we weren't able to watch them play when they played together in the national team, because a few years Carlos Vela refused to go with the national team. Some other times Chicharito didn't get called, so it just times didn't agree to. We weren't able to like watch them, right? And this is the only time you're gonna get to see them actually perform. And right now, when Vela was actually back and scoring some goals for LAFC, Chicharito was scoring a few goals too for LA Galaxy. They were both coming out of some injuries from last year that kind of prevent them from being at their best level. And you're a Mexican fan, and you're all proud, and you already got your ticket, but now it's announced these two players are not gonna be there, and this is the reason why you were gonna watch them. We were gonna watch the game. We were gonna go watch it live, or actually stay in California at a pub or a bar to like plan it out with your friends to watch it, because you wanted to see these two key players from your teams, from the iconic LA Galaxy from back in the day that they used to win trophies, and this new team in LA that's LAFC that's kicking everyone's ass. Like, so what do you expect now? Like, okay, so my interest in this game has gone down because players of my town are not going to be there. I'm not interested in watching it anymore.
I think that people who are passionate about their league, that maybe have a strong preference for a Liga MX, are gonna go down just because of them two. Yes, a lot of people wanted to see them, but they were also aware that they weren't gonna give it their all, because, like we mentioned earlier, the game is not the players wouldn't want to risk themselves getting hurt in this type of game than in the league. So
Chicharito didn't play for the last 11 games, 10, 11 games. So yeah, he wasn't gonna play at his fullest. All right, Carlos Vela, he was like coming back, to his rhythm. He had a couple injuries as well. Maybe he wasn't gonna give him his all too, but he had a little more to offer than Chicharito. But you guys have missed the point too about las estrellas de la Liga Mexicana, the Liga MX All-Stars. You got Funes Mori there. You got Cabecita Rodriguez. You got all these other guys that are coming to this US to come to California. But now, listen. Hold on. Let me talk. But now you got not just when America or Chivas or Cruz Azul come to US to play. They bring a lot of people. Man, now combine players from all these teams, especially in California.
Okay,
I think you're gonna get
a lot of the
people,
players are as good as we think they are because they have an amazing chemistry with the team that they're currently in, and they practice every single day. So if you see Funes Mori play like garbage, if you see whoever's going play like garbage, it's gonna be because they don't have chemistry, and then you're gonna think they suck.
Okay.
But listen,
so
these are professional players. You got the best of Liga MX.
I understand.
And let me just finish. Mira, and let's just look at this for what it is. Una fiesta. This is a party. This is
a lot of people can view this not just
stadium.
It's for the people making money.
No, a lot of people. Yeah, exactly. It's all about the money for a lot of people, man. And we're getting some comments, and some other people are saying that it's an otro partido molero.
Listen to this, Super. During the summer, you had Honduras summer. They for a whole month they were playing in the US, so you had the opportunity to watch the stars that you were talking about from Liga MX combined with some other European stars. Now, if you didn't get to see them, then you got Chivas, America, Pachuca, Pumas, who else came? Querétaro, all those teams that came and played in the US as scrimmages. This is the same thing as that. You're not selling the public.
They're selling more smoke now, Edwin. That's still the
no, but I'm saying like
change.
You're not selling the fans a spot for CONCACAF. Like let's say if this team wins, if a MLS All-Star team or Liga MX All-Star team wins, then one spot from your CONCACAF qualifier for your CONCACAF qualifier next year gets taken out, and the other team gets an extra one. You're not selling something that's relevant to the public for them or to the players to be able to perform at their best. This, like I said, this is just gonna be a 10-minute scrimmage for every player. They're gonna make subs every 15-20 minutes. So every player is playing, and that's all.
Tiene una rivalidad que se puede medir en otros juegos.
You guys are missing the point. No. It's a party. It's not giving you anything. We all know that. It's just the show. It's just.
Yes.
Pulido no, because Pulido got injured.
Pulido's out as well. Okay, so no, I was just gonna say. So technically, only Pizarro is left, right? And he got called in as a replacement, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but you guys are, and I mean, it's good that he's coming back to his scoring goals. He scored 3 goals in the last 2 games.
Super. Like what I'm saying is that I'm talking more about the star effect, right? Because at the end of the day, one of the things that everybody has to understand is that the leagues here in the United States, they're known for selling their stars. It's trying to also mimic that. The MLS knows and understands that the more star power they have, the better it is. And who are the biggest stars?
The Mexican
they're the biggest Higuain in Miami, dude. Like he does not pull the same type of influence and marketing power.
Yeah, I'm
here
gonna
in the
give you. I'm
States
gonna
as
give an
Chicharito.
example of what Joe was saying. Matuidi, a World Cup champion on 2018, came to play with Inter de Miami. Did you hear any fuzz about it? Just the way it happened, like with Pizarro when he came? No.
My thing is, you guys are focusing way too much in the MLS team. This is not just about the if it was MLS, the MLS All-Star, if it was just the MLS stars playing like against Manchester United or a team like they usually play, I get it. Yeah, now what do you got? But you're bringing the Liga MX All-Star players,
Super.
right?
It's the same thing that I'm telling you.
When do you ever get a team like this? This is the first time they come up with a team
That's
like
what I'm
this.
trying to tell you. The reason why we're focusing on the MLS teams is because those are the ones that are gonna try to go hard in this game. Those are the ones that are gonna try to show themselves some of their skills they got to be able to get signed to a different team. Be able to. A lot of people might be watching this and might be like, oh, they play against Liga MX. The Liga MX players, man. They got more important things to worry about than this game. They're not gonna play at their fullest. What I'm telling you is that they have a season, an important season coming up. You don't think the players from Cruz Azul are gonna want to fight for the bicampeonato, especially right now that they're getting continuous wins. To show off to people so he can hurt himself and be out, maybe possibly out for the whole season. Their World Cup qualifiers are coming up, which are a lot of players from this league make before doing this All-Star games, MLS All-Star games against European All-Star is going to do. They're going to let.
I do want to know, Joe, super point of view. What are your expectations of this game? Like, what?
It's a show.
But
don't you get it? It's
but
just
what
a
does that
show.
mean? Super, like,
It's an event. It's an event that they put together to make money. Let's just look at it the way it is.
If it ends 0-0,
that's what we're saying.
0-0, are you gonna be satisfied? Because it's the show.
It's the show starts on Wednesday when they come up with this challenge games. A lot more people are gonna be watching that too, maybe. But again,
wasn't
it's
Bella,
a whole
wasn't
event.
Bella part of that challenge game too?
He was gonna be, but he's injured.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna put a knees on it. No, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, right. No, they're gonna call up Carlos Vela and Chicharito, dude. That's what they're gonna do.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's just a show.
Look, so here's the thing too, right? It's a show, right? But now it is a show. Are like Liga MX fans gonna view it as an exhibition? Super.
Yeah,
and that's
they
what
have
I'm
a lot
saying.
to lose. Yeah, exactly. So
and that's what I'm saying.
My point is,
I don't think they're gonna take it. Just, whatever, let's just.
Not if they lose, because they're gonna be. It's an exhibition game. We don't play with our clubs. It was a game. It is what it is. Moving to the next page.
You think Mexican people who like La Liga MX are gonna be hurt?
that day.
Then
How is that embarrassing?
How is this
embarrassing? Embarrassing is like when they're supposed to win.
Okay.
They still lost. They still lost.
But I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying second game. It was a mistake. Like you should be. I mean, not embarrassed, but I get the point of Fernando of what he's saying. He was trying to say it happen tomorrow. They don't care. care. They don't give a single
You're talking
fuck
about
about
like
it.
the
That's what
players
it
that
is.
play for Liga
The
MX, not
players,
necessarily
the
the
fans.
That's
Actually,
how
like,
some feel.
I'm telling you this.
Well, you don't
game-
speak for every single
I also,
Liga MX fan.
no, I also do I also collaborate with the podcast on Tuesdays from Mexico in Monterrey. Es called en Región 4 TV, que es tiro al blanco, tiro al ángulo, perdón. Es and I'm telling you this. People do not care about anything that's happening.
They're not doing it in Mexico, Edwin. You gotta understand that they're not doing it in Mexico.
You're talking about Joe's talking about the Mexican fans. They do not care. No,
I'm talking about
barely any people's are gonna need to watch this game.
Remember, there's fans of Liga MX here.
No,
exactly. That stadium is gonna be at full capacity. Whatever they
start off with this conversation,
California.
I don't think this is gonna tell us what league is better. This is not gonna help at all.
The point. That's not the point.
That is the point.
The show. It's gonna be ratings. It's gonna make money.
No,
that's it. It's gonna.
If this actually defined what
purpose.
league was better, then fans would care.
You know what I'm thinking
That's
about?
what Joe is asking.
Here's something that I think that I at least my strong feeling. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I feel like a lot of these merging things, right? It's all about trying to really. The MLS is trying to figure out a way to maybe not merge, but like to keep on incorporating Liga MX into their plans. Because at the end of the day, dude, it's a much bigger business for them. It's like,
and that's the biggest mistake La Liga MX could ever do.
No, I know. I'm not saying.
They're only doing it because they need money. If they didn't need money, trust me, they wouldn't even turn this way.
Mira, el mexicano is driven by money, all right? And that's never gonna change.
Por ti mismo.
That's never gonna change. I'm talking for the majority of people. I'm talking for the majority of people. I'm talking for the majority.
Te pones a decirle a Edwin que no hable por la mayoría y ahorita te pones a hablar por la mayoría.
Mojada's gonna sell himself for $2 y un gancito, so that doesn't even count. But hold on, let me send a couple of saludos to Noel Garcia. He says the MLS All-Star Game is a joke. All-Star Games are a joke, period. Basketball, soccer, baseball. Let's say let's say the truth. The All-Star Games are super moleros.
It's all it is. It's a show. It's more.
Así le vamos a poner, así le vamos a cambiar el nombre.
You don't like the Leagues Cup, but you like this one. So I don't comprehend why. Like, what's the difference? They're actually playing for something at the Leagues Cup.
Por eso, o sea, porque yo no lo estoy viendo del lado futbolístico, solo estoy viendo como una fiesta. O sea, eso es lo que quisieron hacer. It's just a party. They wanted to make money.
Pero es que si no lo ves del lado futbolístico, estamos aquí porque es fútbol. A todo mundo que va a ver es porque le gusta el fútbol, si no, no habría otra razón.
No, but Fernando,
exactly.
like to show. So what do you think at the end of the day, like, is the purpose or not the purpose, but the goal? What do you think the goal is of this All-Star Game?
To make money.
That's it.
For both leagues.
That's it.
Okay.
And they're gonna get what they want.
And unfortunately, the league sell it as, let's see who's better and who's not. So the fans se lo comen.
Esto es robarle a los paisanos el dinero. La única oportunidad que tienen de ver a los jugadores tienen y llevarse el dinero de la raza, así de simple, y engañarlos con un partido, engañarlos con un partido que no vale la pena.
No te lo pintan como un show, como dices tú, te lo pintan como si fuera el mejor juego del año.
No, wait, of course they doing it as a show. Why do you think they're having the freaking challenge games?
Pues para sacar
Yeah.
más dinero, o sea,
Fernando,
Por
Bueno,
eso,
bueno,
güey,
okay.
entiende.
y,
all right,
güey,
all right,
entonces,
guys. Anyways,
entonces te
let's
estoy explicando por qué la gente
let,
no va, no
let,
está tan,
let's
no va a ver el
let's move
partido.
on. Let's move on. Okay, let's assume.
Let me just make this
Let's-
point,
okay.
Joe.
Apúrale, pues.
Listen, I love soccer, okay? And listen, every July 4th, it's just because we like to play soccer, we like to, be between friends. Listen, ¿qué ganamos? ¿Que nos vayamos
No,
a lesionar nada más?
Pero,
Maybe,
Yeah,
we're
okay.
aquí
older,
ni siquiera
we're
van a
older.
jugar, o sea, nada más es ver a gente.
No,
Pero se hacen torneos de $40,000. Eso es lo que se gana. Es un incentivo y vienen jugadores como vienen
And do people show
jugadores
up?
profesionales, ha venido el Parejita López, han venido exjugadores
well,
profesionales
yeah,
a lo
bro,
largo
because
del tiempo.
$40,000 is a lot of cash. dude.
Y te digo, por eso juegan ese juego. Y si tú a mí me dices, vente a jugar un partido entre amigos el julio 4, yo te diría, la verdad, muchas gracias, cuídate con tu partido, yo me voy a ir a pasar el tiempo con mi familia.
Okay, but
Y
then
no hay
if they
dinero
tell you,
envuelto.
hey, bring a team,
It's
If they tell you
a
bring a-
family event.
team,
that's the
and then
thing.
you're gonna get a chance to pay to win 10.
Yeah,
20,
that
30
one,
grand.
yeah, 'cause
And he proves
there's
my point
something
when I said
involved
that
to
people,
it.
and wait a minute, and you proved my point when I said that everything's driven by money. Y mira, el güey que dice, oh no, speak for
No.
yourself.
Es
Now
que te
you're
estoy
telling
diciendo,
me to
es un
play it.
torneo,
If it's
pero es
money
un torneo
involved, I'll
de
play. If not, then
fútbol.
take your
Todos
freaking
coincidimos
stupid
que es por dinero, pero tú súper lo estás viendo todavía como un espectáculo buenísimo.
¿Qué es
Cuando
lo que no va a hacer? No va a
en
haber un
verdad
gran
es un partido
espectáculo.
molero, o sea, prefiero ver Leagues Cup, prefiero ver un Haití contra quién sabe qué otro equipo
Okay.
que este partido.
Es
Let's
más,
send
prefiero ver Friends
Hey,
que ese partido.
listen, to each his own. You guys
All
are
right,
not
all
gonna
right,
watch?
all right.
That's
That's
fine.
it. That's it.
I'll be
that's
watching.
it. That's it. That's it. I want to send a shout out to Gerardo Fisher. Dice, en México, hace muchos años hacían extranjeros contra mexicanos de liga. Igual la calidad era mala, pero por eso lo dejaron de hacer. So it's again back to like exhibitions, like they're just not a good thing, especially with soccer, right? We see it time and time again. We see it with the national team. All right, let's assume that let's assume that we care about the game, right?
Levántese, pro.
Hold on. Don't hear, because I'm trying to make sure that I say right. Let's assume that we care about the game. Okay.
Okay.
So, who would be the MVP of the game, or who do you guys predict to be the MVP?
Talavera.
No mames. It could be el Cabecita, Guiñac.
I thought
Okay.
Guiñac was injured.
Gignac no va a jugar porque está lastimado.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right. So, do
Entonces, ¿quién? Dime.
you guys have no saying in that?
Es que
Okay. Guys, going back, I want to make sure I ask this question. Do you guys think we're going to get a super?
Probably the
I
biggest
hope
mistake
not.
we could ever do.
Okay.
Listen,
Well,
La Liga MX ha estado ahí por años, con
predictions.
poquito dinero, con muchísimas batallas, y ahí van a seguir por muchísimos
Hey,
años más.
predictions for tomorrow, guys. I mean, for one. By how many?
La-
All right, Edwin,
novela
who do you
va-
think wins?
Mira,
I'm
Give me a
not gonna
prediction.
watch it.
I know they. I think that's a good
Liga
prediction.
MX 10-0.
of the chemistry of the teams, va a haber muchísimos other exhibition match where they score and then they score and then they score and then they score. So like a 6-5 Liga MX.
Okay.
What about you, Joe?
I think it's actually going to be like a 2-1 score. I don't think it's going to be a lot of goals, and it's going to be a partido aburrido as well. But also a lot of it has to do with Vela and Chicharito not playing. I think that I would be a lot more impressed, and I would watch for sure, or I would be a lot more inclined to watch if Chicharito and Vela were playing. So, anyway, so we're gonna keep on going. Let me ask. So, productor, are we gonna take a break, or are we just gonna go through? I just want to make sure that we don't need to take a break.
Yeah.
All right, the scores for Liga MX, and this was the last round that we had on hand this past weekend. So last week there was a doble cartelera, and it was good. It was a good week for America. So if you're an America fan, it was a good thing, right? So they ended up winning 2-0 again. So they're on a roll. But again, as we can see here on Sunday, Pumas were the ones that ended up winning. So Fernando, I know that we talked about it during the show. At the beginning part of the show. And I think that you must be happy, but are your Pumas already on track? Do you see them? Is that what they needed?
I mean, that's definitely what they needed. Being a realistic person who enjoys soccer for what it is.
I like that you said that.
They're not gonna make it far. No. I mean,
you said that.
Just because the skill level of the team is not that big, but I do think this game that they won, they're gonna use it as motivation to maybe play a little better. That's what I want to see. A Pumas that plays better, que le echa ganas, los equipos de Pumas. So obviously my expectations aren't making it to the final or anything like that, but seeing them win one game and maybe get their momentum going, como que it gives me hope. It gives me hope for better things in the future.
All right. Look at Edwin. All right, Edwin. What did you think about Pumas win?
La esperanza nunca muere, mi Fernando.
Hasta el último.
I mean, it was honestly from both teams, from Puebla and Pumas. It was a really, 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 really sucky game. I think in Pumas took advantage of the lack of intent. I don't think Puebla's gonna make it far. I think Puebla's missing their key players that they saw, like Reyes al América, Omar Hernandez y Santiago Ormeño were key players to that team. And now they're struggling. I think Pumas took advantage of that, and they found a way to score those 2 goals. I mean, you can't really judge them for one game, but hopefully everything moves up, because Liga MX is a little more interesting cuando los cuatro grandes, quotes, cuatro grandes are in the liguilla.
I mean, even if they beat Puebla, which is like a team that's struggling right now, I'll take it, because that can help them motivationally.
Hey, Fernando, don't worry about it. I'm the same way with Pachuca. They beat Querétaro 2-0, and I was happy.
What about Mazatlan and Tigres? Well, Tigres are obviously getting the win. Stretch where they were struggling, but do you see that Piojo's finally found some kind of rhythm for his team?
Yes. To be gone, Juan Pablo be gone, because he got injured really, really bad, and he still wanted to keep going, keep fighting through that game. jugadores, un jugador antes del minuto 15. Y I mean, I don't think Piojo has found a rhythm, but I think the Tigres was struggling a lot last season. Without having Gignac scoring goals, there was no one else that really was putting them in the net. So Nico El Diente Lopez has actually shown the reason why they signed him from Internacional de Brazil. But we'll see. I mean, we just got to keep on seeing. You have to give credit to Pio that he built in completely. He only had like one, two changes throughout all these games from Tuca's the lineups from last year. I think he has the credit of this tournament to be able to find his rhythm and start the next one, and now actually be able to pressure him for results. I think contrary to his rival, which is in Rayados, the net, even though Funes Mori is already back, and the system is not really working for Javier Aguirre. A lot of people and a lot of Rayados fans are criticizing the way he plays, because now the tables have turned to where before they were criticizing that Tuca Ferretti was boring, and now Javier Aguirre is boring, so all this stuff. I think you have to give credit to Piojo for this tournament. If they make it to La Liguilla, great. If not, then move in the page and create the team that you want to.
Hey, super. Are you impressed by?
Well, I team. Unfortunately, now that they have, what is it like? This was like the fourth injury now, with including Gignac, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be not challenging, because they had like a full squad, like even on the bench, that you turn into the bench and it's like they have great players. So I mean, they're getting confidence. They're finding some kind of rhythm. Is both victories 3-0, right? The past two victories. It's a boost to confidence. So I see them doing decent. They're climb all the way to third.
Well, all right. Well, somebody's definitely on the way up, but then you said this earlier in the show. Obviously, I want to know how realistic you are with Chivas.
That's a hard thing.
Like, do not speak from the heart. Just be objective and be honest with yourself. What is going?
Well, the same thing that has been happening for the past few years, and since that the championship that they won, after that it was downhill. The teams have been like weak. Los refuerzos that Peláez brought, they haven't given anything. Mira, se fue Macías. They didn't bring any forward to replace him. They put all their confidence in Saldívar, and Saldívar has had already a few opportunities, and he's just too green, and the years go by, and I don't know if he's ever gonna become pues un jugador ahí clave. I don't think so. He's un referente. He's muy fugaz. He has a few good moments, and then he just nothing happens with him. I thought that los olímpicos, los jugadores olímpicos would have like changed this, but I think just that the Bucetich and is that el vestidor está roto. I think that they're just they're way beyond like their
repair
communication. Yeah, beyond repair. I think that there's gonna have to make some changes. And unfortunately, what happens is the coach. You're out.
Speaking of repairs, Fernando, what do you think is the only way that Chivas can
I
get
mean, I
fixed.
think that tournament where Chivas, I don't think the players are too different apart from Juan Macias leaving. So I don't understand why such different, just like Pumas, I don't understand why such a different chemistry between the players and bad results. So at this point, I honestly don't know what to think, except that the entrenador is the problem here.
Muy fácil.
Edwin, you were going to say?
Describe it. Se le llama comunicación con los jugadores de Chivas, y te lo digo porque tengo un buen amigo ahorita, reportero en Guadalajara, que nos dice esto los martes. La comunicación con mitad del vestidor de Chivas, si es nula, a nada, es demasiado de lo que estamos hablando de parte de Vucetich. La mayoría de los jugadores se comunican con los asistentes y de ahí les hace llegar el mensaje a Vucetich. Casi no hay comunicación con los jugadores. En los entrenamientos los jugadores se ven muy displicentes, muy sin ganas, muy arrogantes al momento de que se les pide una orden de cómo moverse, de qué hacer, tanto que Vucetich, ha habido videos donde Vucetich se queda sentado en la banca y los asistentes son los que están dando las órdenes durante los partidos y durante los entrenamientos. Creo que lo mejor para Chivas ahorita es que se vaya Vucetich y que llegue. Bueno, dicen que ahorita el más factible por llegar es Diego Alonso.
Pero tampoco hay que olvidarnos que Vucetich no es el único problema, porque
es que yo te estoy diciendo ahorita en este momento con este plantel. Porque si tú lo miras, el plantel de Chivas no es el peor plantel de la Liga MX. No es un plantel malo, pero tampoco es un plantel grande. O sea, la verdad, pero son jugadores que la mayoría han quedado campeones con Liga MX en diferentes equipos. Tienes jugadores que mismo Molina fue referente de Santos y los hizo campeón, a un Santos que venía la verdad.
Way too many problems. I think it's very easy to point out. Let's move on now to a team that's obviously in America. Edwin, America, are they the team to be?
I mean, for the result, yeah, player right now, the America was me, y creo que pero creo que, bueno, ¿cómo te lo puedo decir?
Well, first of all, dime en inglés, because I'm not.
I think, well, as a thing, I think America has found the rhythm of what Solari wants from the team, but they're also struggling. And you watch the games, they didn't count because of from Bravos. It would have been a tie. They've been struggling to keep up with the rhythm. They start good the first 20 minutes, and then the last 30 to 35 minutes, that's where they end up struggling. And same thing as in the second half. They allow the other team to have the ball to start building from the back in the first 10 to 15 minutes, and then after that, in the last 20 minutes, that's when America starts controlling the game again. It's kind of like where I don't know if this is something the Solaris is telling their players to kind of like send a message to attack us, and then from there we will attack you and counter attack you, which was something that Piojo we used to do a lot with when he was in America. But right now it's like they found the rhythm. Now they need to find a way to keep up with the all 90 minutes. If they find out that and they find a way to keep up the 90 minutes, then I think America is one of the strongest teams to beat during this tournament.
I mean, I don't know what your definition of struggling is, but if struggling means you're invicto and you keep scoring goals and goals, and I would.
Well, I'm not. It's because I'm not talking about the results at the end of the day. I'm talking about the way they've been playing. So I'm saying the beginning of the first 20 minutes was when they have found the net in some of their games, and now if they find a way to keep up with all the same style throughout the 90 minutes, then America is already a strong team. They're gonna be the team to beat during this season for sure.
I think that the first half of this tournament, America has gotten what they were like obligated to get. I mean, they beat Necaxa, Puebla, Atlas, Juarez, Tijuana, and they tied to Querétaro. What easiest calendar could you get, man? So now it's gonna be a whole nother tournament now for America because now,
I mean, Chivas lost against San Luis. I think Chivas.
And we're gonna get to judge them. Even San Luis is playing better than all of these teams that they have played. Leon, this is gonna be where we really gonna see, if it's really just that they're the team to beat, or it was just an espejismo and los rivales que le tocaron, it was a piece of, or les dieron un banquete, ¿no?
There's no such thing as espejismos in la Liga MX. Look at Pumas, like they're struggling, beating Querétaro, beating Atlas. No, if they lose to Leon, it's complicated to beat Atlas and it's complicated to beat America. You have to be at a good level to beat anybody, any team in the Liga MX.
That's
not really.
Fernando makes a good point because one of the things about Liga MX is that from top to bottom, man. I mean, I've always argued this. It's probably one of the best leagues, at least in the Americas, for sure.
But listen, besides Atlas,
any given Sunday, dude. Any given Sunday.
Besides Atlas, look at the standings right now. León, Tigres, Toluca, Monterrey, Cruz Azul. Those are teams that they haven't played yet. So,
es que al final de cuentas la Liga MX, Joe, and I don't see it as like really entertaining. I see it as really inconsistent from top to bottom.
No, yeah. I don't think that entertaining is also the words that I use. I think that top to bottom, and that's actually a decent word that you're using to describe inconsistent. But when something is inconsistent, it also doesn't allow for dominance.
Yeah, no, right? I understand. I see your point, but I'm saying like inconsistent.
It's not like La Liga or like
it's inconsistent to a point where you're gonna watch America against Querétaro thinking that you're gonna get a great show of performance of America. And then at the end of the day, it becomes a boring game where it ends up tying.
It gets to a point where, like in Liga MX, anybody could win, anybody could beat anybody. So there's no such thing as an espejismo, because you have to be at a certain soccer mentally and physically and skill-wise to beat any single team.
So you're gonna tell me that if Pumas wins the next 2 games and then they lost the rest of the games, it wasn't an espejismo?
No.
Then
why would it be an espejismo?
They're it's not really what they all
it's
are
not,
about. It's about just
winning the next 2 games. That means they won 3 games out of 9
out of 8,
and they keep losing. That sounds like the reality to me.
Out of 17.
No. I mean, like he said, if the next 3 games. So if they win the next 2 games, that means 3 games, 1 out of 9. That sounds like.
But then they lose the rest.
Pumas is not doing good. Right. So it makes sense that they keep losing.
Point is that ultimately Liga MX
Liga MX sucks.
You know, call it inconsistency.
Because there's
Call it-
espejismos all the
No.
time.
Anyway,
No.
what I was gonna
América se va a desfundar todo para el resto del torneo y se va a quedar
Ojo, ¿qué ha
fuera.
pasado,
Te lo
Save
apuesto
it-
ahorita.
save
¿Qué
this,
apuestas?
Lo que quieras, a ver.
save this episode.
¿Qué apuestas?
O sea, me estás
No,
apostando
we
que América.
have-
Que no van a
Estoy diciendo que el
partido.
espejismo de.
It was a question.
All
my
right.
friend. It was a question.
guys, pues ya.
Andan
Ya,
muy
ya.
agresivos hoy ahorita que el show es en la noche.
I know.
¿No, hombre?
Yeah. All right, that's it. That's all the time that we have. We got to say goodbye. Guys, thank you very much for watching us today, again, in this special edition of the show. I'm here in Los Angeles trying to make my way to the All-Star Game, but
Mole poblano para Joe.
sí. Un partido molero también para mí. So, guys, again, thank you very much for tuning in, River State. So, on behalf of our good friends, Edwin Cáceres, Fernando García, Super Mojado, I'm Joe Rodriguez. Thank you very much for tuning in. So, cuídense mucho, caballeros. Adiós.
Vamos.